It's okay, I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway. It surprises me just how dark the Mad Doctor is. Obviously, I'm not saying it's the most terrifying, horrific horror film I've ever seen, but for a Mickey Mouse Disney cartoon, I was genuinely surprised. This was released in 1933, directed by David Hand, and at the beginning of this, Mickey Mouse sees Pluto in the distance being lured by this being, and Mickey Mouse gets out of bed, goes out into this kind of stormy night, and obviously the whole thing is in black and white, but for some reason it just seems even more black and white than the usual black and white shorts at this time. It's definitely very atmospheric. I think the way they did the storm and made the sky seem like it was being lit up by lightning, just absolutely fantastic animation. And Mickey goes out to try and rescue Pluto and finds that he ends up going inside this kind of castle and discovers the mad workings of this scientist, and it's very eerie and very creepy. The sound effects, the music, all very atmospheric. The animation style is pretty bizarre. There's this sequence where Mickey is kind of half walking, half falling down some stairs, heading down in towards what I assume is a basement or a dungeon or a cellar or something. And you do definitely get the effect that he is kind of stumbling and tumbling and not fully in charge of his sense. I'm trying to say senses, but my brain wants to say sentences, which is ironic. Um, and I think is really effective at getting across this spooky tone. It's very rare that Disney do anything that's this kind of scary and intense. And what really I think makes it more effective is the fact that Pluto is primarily the one who is in danger. Pluto is a dog. Most of us feel, well, I suppose Mickey Mouse is a mouse, but most of us feel emotions more strongly when we see an animal in danger, certainly in films and cartoons. And I just, I felt a little sick. I don't like seeing sad animal films or things where animals are in danger. And as much as I'm not the biggest Pluto fan, I genuinely was worried and concerned about him. I'm really impressed at how effective this is. I am really surprised by how dark it is, because most of the Mickey Mouse cartoons at this time were not this dark, and it is very foreboding, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I absolutely loved it. If you are a fan of Disney, and you don't mind having your view of Mickey Mouse being slightly warped, definitely check this out. What I will say is that this is a slight spoiler. I'm not going to fully spoil it, but a slight spoiler. When I got to the end of it, I thought the resolution was a bit of a cop-out. I didn't really like that bit. And I can kind of understand why they made that decision, but at the same time, I would have preferred it if that hadn't been the case. But for the most part, I absolutely adored Mad Doctor. It's so atmospheric, it's beautiful to watch, full of surprise. Definitely one that I recommend.